but a little bit different. We're gonna spread it out a little bit different. So it says, you know how to break apart a model to find the partial product. How can you use what you already know to find and record the product? All right. So here's what we're gonna do. There we go. I'm gonna take a pen here. We're going to estimate 30 times 60. Well, we've learned the last couple lessons. We're going to take 3 times 6 is 18. Well, that was kind of crazy. Then we have to add our 2 zeros from our factors. So we get 1800 is going to be our model. There's our estimate. Okay, so now we're going to start here. We're going to start at the 5 and the 3, but what we're really looking at is we're looking at 30 and 50. But we're going to turn that 5 into 5 tens so that we can multiply it easier. Okay? So, if we look at here, we can go 3 times 5 is 15. And we need to add our 2 zeros at the end. Okay? That gives us 1,500. So, our number here, 150 tens, we know that at 100 tens we get 1,000, so we would have 50 left over, so that's where we get 1,500. Alright, now we're going to move to the next step. So now we're going to look at this 30. Okay, let's do this. I want to make sure we see this, where we're getting these numbers. So we're going to look at the 30 and the 7. Okay, so 30 times 7. Let's take that 0 out for right now. 3 times 7 is 21. I'll make this really small. And then we have to bring our 0 back. Oops, I'm sorry, this 0 back. And we get 210. So 210. Alright, so let's move on to the next step. Yeah, let's go down first. And I can move this stuff up. Right here, when I go here. I'll move this up as we go. Alright, so let's keep going here. So now we're going to multiply the 4 and the 5 tens. So here's the 4, and here's our 5 tens, or 50. So 4 times 5, if we just do 4 times 5 is 20 tens. Well, every 10 tens we get 100. So, or 4 times 5 is, whoops, not there. Try that again. 4 times 5 is 20. We had to bring our 0 back, so then we get 200. So 200. Alright. And our fourth step is going to be our basic multiplication problem. 4 times 7. Well, we all should know 4 times 7 is 28. So we'll put our 28 right here. So now we have 1,500 plus 210 plus 200 plus 28. Okay, let's move this up just a little bit more, and I'm going to clear this stuff out now, because we should know that all now. So let's take a peek, and we're going to say 0, oh, what did we need to put our 28 back in here? 28. So here I've got an 8. 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 2 is 3. 5 plus 2 is 9. And 1 plus 0 is 1. So we get an answer of 1,938. So when we're talking about 1,938 things, our estimate of 1,800, super, super close. So we can check our answer by saying we know that that is reasonable. All right, let's try another one. Okay, this one we're not going to use the color part. We're going to do it all partial product. We just have to remember where we are. So think, I'm talking about 40 and 20. So I'm going to do 40 times 2 tens. So 40 times 2 tens is going to give me 80 tens. And 80 tens means 800. So we're going to write 800 right here. All right, let's go to the next step. We're looking at 40 times 3 ones. Well, that's going to be 4 times 3 is 12. And we're going to add our 0 back to get 120. 120. All right. Now we're going to do 8 times 20. So we're going to do 8 times 20 is the same as writing 2 tens. So 8 times 2 is 16, or 160. Okay? So let's move down here. I'm going to just lasso this real quick. Alright, so our last one here is 8 times 8. It's my favorite one. 8 times 8 fell on the floor. Pick it up. It's 64. Alright, so we need to write our 64 in here. Now we're on to our adding problem. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4 is 4. 2 plus 6 is 8 plus 6 is 14. And I'm going to bring my extra one up here. So now I have 8, 9, 10, 11. What did I do wrong here? $1,100. Alright, let's try. Let me add this up again. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Oh, it was 8 times 3, not 8 times 4. Ha ha, silly me. So this should be 8 times 3 ones. Gives us 24 ones. Now it should make sense. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sure you're all saying, Mr. S did it wrong, Mr. S did that wrong. So here we get 4. And now we get 6 plus 4 is a 0, which is 10. Now we'll bring our one over here. 8, 9, 10, 11 gives us 1,104. Alright, so that is definitely the correct answer. Now, here's a fun way to do these problems. If you have graph paper, you can print some out or make some. So here's what we're going to do. They're showing us this problem, but we're going to do it we're going to do it this way. Okay? So that first thing we did was 30 and 20. So 30 times 20. And 3 times 2 is 6. Then we have to add 3 zeros. So 3 times 2 is 600. And I can check that right now by saying, there it is. So now my next one is going to be 20, because this one right here is 20 times 4. And if we do that, 4 times 2 is 8. And bring our 0 back, we get 80. And here we can check right here. Yeah, we got that. Okay, so then we're going to do 4 right here times 30. 4 times 30. Well, 4 times 3 is 12. And we have to bring that 0 back, so we put it right there. Okay. Oh, look at that. 120, we got it. And then we're doing our last one is 4 times 4. 16. 4 times 4. Okay. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 6 is 6. 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. 6 plus 1 is 7 plus 1 is 816. So 816. Again, what we did this order, we did this one right here. We did this one. This right here. This one is right here. And this one is right here. So we're just making those partial products a different way. If you have any questions, please let me know.